through the whole of our life, there are no such moments when we do not come into relation with the dead. The moment of going to sleep is especially favorable for us to turn to the dead. Suppose we want to ask the dead something. We can carry it in our soul, holding it until the moment of going to sleep. For that is the time to bring our questions to the dead. Other opportunities exist, but this moment is the most favorable. When, for instance, we read to the dead, we certainly draw near to them. But for direct communication, it is best of all if we put our questions to them at the moment of going to sleep. On the other hand, the moment of waking is the most favorable for what the dead have to communicate to us. And again, there is no one, did people but know it, who at the moment of waking does not bring with him countless tidings from the dead. In the subconscious region of the soul, we are speaking continually with the dead. At the moment of going to sleep, we put our questions to them. We say to them what, in the depth of the soul, we have to say. At the moment of waking, the dead speak with us, give us the answers. But we must realize that these are only two different points, and that in the higher sense, these things that happen after each other are really simultaneous. Just as on the physical plane, two places are there simultaneously. Some factors in life are favorable for contact with the dead, others are less so. And we may ask, what can really help us to establish communication with the dead? The manner of our converse cannot be the same as it is with those who are alive. For the dead neither hears nor takes in this kind of speech. There is no question of being able to chatter with one who has died, as we chatter with one another at tea or in cafes. What makes it possible to put questions to the dead, or to communicate something to him, is that we unite the life of feeling with our thoughts and ideas. Suppose a person has passed through the gate of death, and you want your subconscious to communicate something to him in the evening. It need not be communicated consciously. You can prepare it at some time during the day. Then, if you go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, having prepared it, say at noon, it passes over to the dead when you go to sleep. The question must, however, be put in a particular way. It must not merely be a thought or an idea. It must be imbued with feeling and with will. Your relationship with the dead must be one of the heart, of inner interest. You must remind yourself of your love for the person when he was alive, and address yourself to him with real warmth of heart, not abstractly. This feeling can take such firm root in the soul that in the evening, at the moment of going to sleep, it becomes a question to the dead without your knowing it. Or you may try to realize vividly what was the nature of your particular interest in the one who has died. Think about your experiences with him. Visualize actual moments when you were together with him. And then ask yourself, what was it about him that particularly interested me, that attracted me to him? When was it that I was so deeply impressed, liked what he said, found it helpful and valuable? If you remind yourself of moments when you were strongly connected with the dead person and were deeply interested in him, and then turn this into a desire to speak to him, to say something to him, If you develop the feeling with purity of heart, and let the question arise out of the interest you took in him, then the question remains in your soul, and when you go to sleep, it passes over to him. Ordinary consciousness, as a rule, will know little of this, because sleep ensues immediately. But what has thus passed over often remains present in dreams.